I have to talk about sliding clamp, DNA sliding clamps. Okay, so DNA sliding clamps are this protein which actually hold the DNA. So DNA polymerase. Actually, if DNA, this sliding clamp is not there, so what will happen is processive speed will be very slow. Once the DNA polymerase attached to the DNA, it will not get stick for a longer time. It will polymerize only few nucleotides. For example, 20 to 100 nucleotides only. And that is the role of this sliding clamp. It actually form a ring around that DNA, and that provide an attachment to DNA polymerase. And this ring will go through this DNA polymerase DNA, and because this ring is around this DNA, and this DNA polymerase will get an area for interaction with this sliding clamp, and that is why this DNA will attach with this whole complex and polymerize up to 50,000 nucleotide, and this is processivity. So speed and the number of nucleotide that is polymerized is called processivity. So processivity of this DNA polymerase becomes high when there is sliding DNA clamp. So this is the function of sliding DNA clamp that I talked in last class. These are the functions of sliding clamp. So I have already explained the DNA replication and all these proteins. So you can go back and watch those videos if you have not understood. Now this I have added one more picture here so that it will make you understand more about what is Okazaki fragments, and then what is leading strand, what is lagging strand, and what is primers. These are blue colored are primers, so you will understand a much better way. Now this class, let's see, we will take a class forward. So we start with the catalysis. How does this catalysis happens? So this area, the area that you can see here, it is present in this cleft. In this cleft, this area is present in this cleft here. So this area is present here at this cleft. So you can see this. This is a DNA. You can see this as DNA. You can see this is a DNA. So this DNA and this is new DNA formation. So this is single-stranded old DNA, and with this DNA you can see this nucleotide. This is a nucleotide. Nucleotide addition always DNA with DNA. Which type of nucleotide is added? T for GTP, ATP, CTP, TTP, and GTP. So nucleotide are added in triphosphate form. You can see 3-phosphate. So new fresh nucleotide will be added in the 3-phosphate form. And then what will happen? 2-phosphate pyrophosphate will be released. After this bonds to this 3' end. This is 3' end. So this 5' phosphate will bind with this, and then this phosphodiester bond formation will cause release of 2 high energy phosphate. So in that sense, you will understand that each DNA, each nucleotide polymerization will release nucleotide polymerization, and that is formation of one phosphodiester bond, one phosphodiester bond requires 2 high energy phosphate. It requires 2 high energy phosphate. So you can see here this 2 phosphate will be released and bond will be formed with this. As you can see here, bond is formed with this phosphate. So this 2 high energy phosphate will be released. Now first let's see this. First what will happen? This DNTP will come here, and DNTP will have to form a disulfide bond with this opposite base. if it does not bond this, sorry, not disulfide, but hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. If this nucleotide base does not form a proper hydrogen bond. See, if there is C and in this opposite side if there is T, so it will not form a proper bond with this thymine. Cytosine will not form a proper bond with thymine, adenine, and that is why this nucleotide will not be catalyzed. One point. Other point, if there is hydroxy group here, as in RNA, then also this whole nucleotide will not adapt to this palm, the cleft of this nucleotide, and then also that will not bind. Only deoxynucleotide with proper base will come here and bind and will form a bond here. So you can see here two metal. You can see metal A and metal B. Metal B is magnesium. Metal B is magnesium. Metal A is very tightly bound to the enzyme. This is zinc. So zinc is very tightly bound to the DNA polymerase. This zinc is very tightly bound to DNA polymerase, and zinc is very important for catalysis. This zinc is very important for formation of bond. Just you have to understand this is how formation of bond happens. A proper DNTP will come here and it will form a bond with this, and this two metal will help, metal A and metal B. Metal B is magnesium and metal A is zinc. Did you get this? This is how catalysis happens. Now you can see there will be a formation of nucleotides. What is nucleophile? It will attack a positively. This is positive, delta positively, because these are negatively charged compound oxygen. So there will be a positive charge. So this group will attack here, and this is how it will form a bond like this, ester bond like this. So this ion will help in formation of bond, and this magnesium will stabilize this triphosphate here. So this is catalysis. So after DNA synthesis, what happens is, so what will happen in DNA synthesis, there will be some, after DNA being synthesized, there will be addition of few wrong bases. During synthesis only there will be, if I have already told you, if there is an addition of few nucleotide here. So what will happen, this DNA polymerase will revert back. And how does it revert back? It will cut this nucleotide by this exonuclease activity, because DNA polymerase 3, I told you all DNA polymerase, including DNA polymerase 3, has an activity from exonuclease activity from backward to forward. Now it will actually catalyze, remove this nucleotides from backward to forward, and up to this it will remove all the nucleotides. Then again this DNA polymerase will start synthesizing fresh, up to this. So now nucleotide will start synthesizing fresh DNA like this. This is called proofreading function. What is proofreading means? What is proofreading? Proofreading means when you write something, the whole, for example, writer writes a book and then give it to somebody to check with whether there is mistake or not. So this is called proofreading. DNA polymerase does proofreading. So any mismatched base is present in polymerase active site. So what will happen? This DNA polymerase active site binds such mismatched template poorly, because there will be mismatching. So this DNA polymerase will not bind this properly. That is why what will happen, this DNA polymerase activity will become very slow, but the exonuclease activity, active site, has 10-fold higher activity. Because this DNA polymerase becomes slow, this exonuclease, DNA polymerase also has exonuclease size down here. Here you can see up here in the DNA polymerase, because DNA polymerase is partially folded right hand. Here there is polymerization activity, DNA polymerase there, but at the bottom there is a site in the protein that has exonuclease activity. So this exonuclease activity increases because of slowing down of this DNA polymerase movement. And then what will happen? This exonuclease, now you can see this exonuclease site is present here. This exonuclease slows down. You can see fresh nucleotide, and it will come back. It will remove the bases, remove the nucleotide from 3 to 5 prime. And now after removal, it will synthesize a fresh nucleotide again. This is called a proofreading function. This is called a proofreading function. And actually proofreading function decreases this error from 10 to the power 1 per 10 to the power 5, means 100,000 to 10 million. From if there is error in 100,000, one wrong base insertion will be in 100,000, and this will reduce the error to 1 in 10 million. So this is the function of this decrease in error of proofreading. But see, this original the DNA that has been transcribed, if you see in microscope and if you analyze that, so it has got much less error than this. Actually, error is actually 1 in 10 to the power 12, like that. So error is much less. Why? Because there is one type of repair mechanism in cell. After DNA synthesis is being done inside cell, what will happen? There is one repair mechanism. I will talk about this repair mechanism in next week. So this repair mechanism will not in next week. First I will talk about RNA. So no, first I will talk about this DNA repair, damage and repair mechanism, then I will talk about RNA. So I will talk about this DNA repair mechanism in next class, next week. So mismatch repair will remove more this error. So there are 3 mechanisms of error removal. First is, you can see, first mechanism is selection. First mechanism is selection of proper base, as I have told you in catalysis, selection of proper base. And second mechanism of removal is this proofreading. And third mechanism that ensure a proper base addition is mismatch repair mechanism. So these 3 mechanisms ensure the proper base addition at place, and that is why this DNA polymerization becomes very accurate, because of these 3 mechanisms. Now, as you know, this DNA synthesis occurs during S phase. This occurs during S phase, as I've already discussed, told you. So what will happen is, from G1 phase, this is G1 phase, so this is GAP1 phase, and this is S phase. At G1 phase, the cell actually takes growth factor. So you can take an example of embryogenesis. What will happen? There will be there is a continuous cell division. So what will this growth or growth factor, any growth factor will stimulate the cell growth here. And because of this stimulation, first there will be duplication of organelles. There will be synthesis of DNA polymerase, sufficient DNA polymerase. There is synthesis of different type of proteins. And then after synthesis of those all proteins, what will happen is, the cell will enter this S phase. In S phase, there will be pure only replication. Nothing is. There will be only replication. No transcription, translation. Only replication will happen during S phase. If the cell has any problem, then it will be repaired. The S phase will pause, then it will repair, again progress through S phase. So only replication of DNA will happen at S phase. After S phase, what will happen is, so whatever DNA wrong, there will be a scanning of DNA, and proofreading will happen. And other protein synthesis few protein synthesis will happen. For example, synthesis of histone and all other protein will happen, and DNA, so that DNA would be folded. at G2 phase. So G2 phase correspond with mismatch repair. This G2 phase here, screening of whole genome and mismatch repair will happen. And S1 corresponds with replication of DNA. So remember, replication of DNA happens during S phase purely, and replication of DNA happens once per cycle of cell. So permanent cell does not have replication. If any cell you have any cell, hepatocyte, for example, hepatocyte that is permanent, does not undergo replication. So replication is only happening in bone marrow, in your hair follicle cell, the cells below your skin, below your mucous membrane. So all these cells will have replication. Now, so let's talk about telomerase. So telomerase is also a very important enzyme. Telomerase is very important enzyme because telomerase activity is very high in cancer cell. If telomerase activity reduction is telomerase enzyme activity corresponds to aging. So telomerase enzyme is, telomeres are very important. So that telomeres are formed by telomerase enzyme. You can see here. So these telomeres are very important. So once DNA is synthesized, this whole DNA is synthesized. So end is called telomere. So this telomere is synthesis happens after synthesis of whole DNA. Now what is this telomere? Telomere synthesis. Let's talk about what is this telomere and how this telomere synthesis happens. So eukaryotic replication. After eukaryotic replication, you will see. So you will see when this replication happens. So you will see in leading strand. I'm talking about leading strand. Leading strand. Let's talk. This is leading strand 5 to 3, 3 to 5. This is apparent strand. Now let's take the example of other. This strand. This is lagging strand 5 to 3. So when replication occurs, so replication in leading strands. This is primer. Let's say this is RNA. I'll give like this. So this is primer. There will be many primer here. So here like this, and then here. So primer on the lagging strand. I have drawn ones. So this from in leading strand there will be continuous synthesis of DNA, polymerization of DNA like this. And lagging strand, what will happen is there will be synthesis of DNA this way, and this way. There will be synthesis of DNA, and these fragments are called Okazaki fragments. Now, so what will happen after synthesis? This DNA, all synthesis is done by DNA polymerase 3, or in eukaryotic DNA polymerase epsilon. So now, what will happen? This primase, this DNA polymerase 1. Or DNase, RNase H will remove this primer, and this primer. Then what does this do? There will be synthesis of new DNA. There will be synthesis of new DNA by DNA polymerase 1 through this. So there will be synthesis like this. Synthesis will happen here. Then again synthesis will happen here. So there is no joining. So this joining is done by ligase. Ligase will do this joining. You know this. Ligase will do this joining. So this is how the whole DNA will be synthesized. Whole DNA will be synthesized. Now, what will happen at the end is, you will see here. So you will see actually on this DNA, on the lagging strand. This is lagging strand. You will see a free region here. A free region here because there was removal of primer. Primer will be removed from here. Primer will be removed from here also, and this primer will be removed from here after DNA synthesis completes. But because there is no such DNA available for this, that is why there will be gap here. You will at least remember there will be gap at the end. There will be gap at the end on leading strand at the 3' end of old strand. here, 3' end of old strand. You can see a gap here. There will be a gap like this, a 3' end of old strand like this. So this gap here, 3' end of this, you can see this gap here, formation of gaps here. So there will not be complete DNA formation at the end. So this end is secured by, at least you can see here. So there is no formation. So this, how can we synthesize DNA here? You have to synthesize one primary here, but there is no DNA template. So this end will be like this. One strand will be longer, one strand will be shorter. So this end is secured. This, you can see, this end is secured by enzyme called telomerase. So these are telomere are like this. So these end are secured by enzyme telomerase. So now let's see how telomerase secure this end. So this is telomerase. You can see this is telomerase enzyme. Telomerase enzyme is a RNA dependent. You can see this is an RNA dependent DNA polymerase. Did you get that? Telomerase enzyme is what type of enzyme? It is RNA dependent DNA polymerase. And this telomerase enzyme, I will draw one picture. So this is telomerase enzyme. You can see this enzyme is a protein. In protein there is already a RNA sequence. And this RNA sequence, you can see the RNA sequence is like U. And this is, there is AAU CCAA, and this sequence is different for different species. And you can see this in our body, this is a fixed. In every species, it is this RNA sequence is fixed. Now this will actually, what will this do? I'll write it. I'll explain it very nicely. I'll tell you. So you just see this. So let me draw this here. So what will happen is this structure. Let me draw this structure, this very structure. Here. This is DNA. G, T, T, and then A, G, T, T. So what does this DNA, this primase will do? Primase, so telomerase will have a RNA. This RNA will bind with this A, and this A will bind like this, and then there will be U, and then C, A, and A like this. So this is actually a telomerase. This is telomerase. Now this telomerase, what does this do now? This telomerase will synthesize will polymerize on this very nucleotide like this. On this nucleotide it will polymerize because this is 3' end. Now it will polymerize, it will add A here. RNA dependent DNA polymerase, that is why it will polymerize this telomerase using this RNA. Then G will be added here. So it is a phosphodiester bond formation will happen here. G will be added here. T will be added, T will be added like this. Again it will bind here. This AA will bind here. Again the same thing will happen. So this telomerase will actually form this type of repeat. You can see this type of repeat. This type of repeat. AGG TT. This type of repeat maybe 100 times. Few hundred times. 100 times. It can synthesize this few hundred times, so that this end will be secure. Other, if this end is not secure, then what will happen? The cell cannot divide after 50 division. And you know, the embryogenesis requires 1,000 millions division. So that is why this telomerase make that cell again capable for division. So this is how telomerase action happens. So telomerase is nothing but, just tell me what is telomerase now?
RNA dependent DNA polymerase.
So did you understand this concept?
Yeah.
So this is the telomerase. Telomerase is very important concept. So remember what is telomerase. Now, so you can see here. So telomerase is reverse transcriptase. So it is a RNA dependent DNA polymerase. Reverse transcriptase. Retrovirus has also same thing. So it utilizes RNA to synthesize DNA. Same thing. Telomerase utilize RNA to synthesize RNA to synthesize DNA. So this is telomerase. You can read this whole thing. So telomerase acts as reverse transcriptase, RNA dependent DNA polymerase. Now it recognizes 3' end of telomeres based on RNA components. This RNA components. Small DNA strand is synthesized as I have shown. Repeats of telomeric sequence range from few dozens to few hundred, and that makes capable. And you can see here. So after this one strand being synthesized, I have shown you how this one strand is synthesized. After this 3' strand is synthesized, then what will happen? The opposite strand can easily be synthesized through this primase, because base cannot be added here. So primase will synthesize this strand and then up to this strand to this primase, because primer is a RNA. So to this strand will be addition of opposite nucleotide. You can see. So opposite nucleotide will be added like this. In place of T, there will be addition of A, C, and at place of A, T. Then at place of T, there will be A, again C, and T. So this is how the other DNA will be synthesized. Other telomere will be synthesized. This is how telomere is restored. You can see the DNA, all DNA has telomeric end. So this telomeric end is a very safe end, where there is no gene. Gene is not present here. Rather, this part is for securing this gene. And this is a tandem repeats. At telomere, you will find a tandem repeats. These are called tandem repeats. Tandem means repeat in sequence. So these are tandem repeats. Repeats of a certain nucleotide sequence. Here you can see AGGGTT. So this sequence is repeated many times, 100 times. So this is telomeres. So did you understand what is telomere actually is? Telomere and telomerase.
Yeah.
Yes. So you understood. So telomere, different level of activity in different cells. So telomeres have very different activity. High activity is present in dividing cell. That cells that you see during embryogenesis or stem cells, bone marrow cells, they have very high telomerase activity, because those cells have to divide. That is why it has to have very high telomerase activity. But see, as the person ages, what will happen? Telomerase activity becomes low. When telomerase activity becomes low, the cell division capability will become low. If cell division capability become low, then what? Rejuvenation capacity of body becomes low, and then people ultimately, if cells are not rejuvenated, people will ultimately die. Did you get the concept of telomerase and aging? Yes.
So take it again, please.
So telomerase, you see, active in dividing cell. Cell division. Telomerase is linked to cell division. Oh my God. Telomere is linked to cell division. If there is low activity of telomerase, what will happen? Low cell division. That is happen in old cell. If low cell division, there will be no cell division, means ultimately this will lead to death. Did you get that? First aging, then death. As people ages, rate of actually rejuvenation of cell slows down because telomerase activity is low. So this is how telomerase is related to aging. Did you understand now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So activity is lost in old age. Potential target for drug, that is what. So telomerase, if telomerase is targeted, then what will happen? The cancer cell that is growing very fast will be inhibited. So this is the mechanism of telomerase. So understand this telomeres and telomerase. This is very important. I will ask question from this. What is telomerase? I will ask a question. What is telomerase? Tell me, what is telomerase? Telomerase is DNA dependent RNA polymerase. It is a DNA polymerase type of enzyme. So I'll give such option. So what is telomerase? And what is telomere? Remember these two concepts. What is telomere and what is telomerase? So telomere does not have gene. It has got a repeated sequence of tandem sequence of DNA repeats. So this is telomerase. Now there are many types of, you will study these inhibitors in pharmacology and microbiology. So these are inhibitors, you can see novabiocin, nalidixic acid, ciprofloxacin, and then adiacin. These all will inhibit this topoisomerase enzyme. There are two types of topoisomerase. One is topoisomerase 1, topoisomerase 2. These two antibiotic, it will inhibit topoisomerase 2 of bacteria. This topoisomerase 2 is called DNA guidance. So you will study these all things in microbiology. So connect those microbiology and pharmacology with the biochemistry, DNA synthesis. You can see ciprofloxacin here. Ciprofloxacin interface with DNA breakage and rejoining process. And mammalian topoisomerases are inhibited by etoposide. These are etoposide adriamycin. And this can be used as anti-cancer drug. So when it inhibits the mammalian or our cell division, it can be used as anti-cancer drug. If it inhibits the bacterial division, we use them as antibiotics. So these are antibiotics. This is anti-cancer drug. So nucleotide analog can also inhibit this replication. It is also used as anti-cancer drug. So these are the inhibitors here. So these are the inhibitors. So you can have one question. So nalidixic acid inhibits which of the following enzyme? I can ask this question. Nalidixic inhibits DNA guidance. Ciprofloxacin inhibits what? It interferes with DNA breakage and rejoining processes. So remember this, nalidixic acid at least, and then anti-cancer drugs. Mammalian if some chemical inhibits mammalian topoisomerase, it is a anti-cancer drug. If some chemical inhibits bacterial topoisomerase, it is antibacterial drug, antibiotic. This exonuclease, just describe the exonuclease activity present in DNA polymerase type 1. Which type of exonuclease activity is present in type 1 DNA polymerase? See, all DNA polymerase has one type, only one type of this exonuclease activity. All have.
3' to 5' exonuclease activity.
But this DNA polymerase, this type 1 has
3' to
which
5'.
type of exonuclease activity? This is back
3' to 5.
Yeah.
This also have 5 to 3'. So this DNA polymerase have both. and that is why this DNA polymerase is active between Okazaki fragment. And this DNA polymerase 1 also has capacity to remove primer removal. Though we have one more enzyme for primer RNase, but this DNA polymerase 1 can also remove this RNA primer, and it can actually does it has exonuclease activity both in 5' to 3' and 3' to 5', and that is why this is very suitable for the region between Okazaki fragment on lagging strand. So remember this type 1 type 1 polymerase very nicely. So what is the function of helicase? Helicase function.
It breaks hydrogen bonds between double-stranded DNA.
Yeah, breaks hydrogen bond, helicase. Then what is the role of this after helicase topoisomerase?
Breaks the bonds at like the middle of DNA helix.
Yes, relief at the end of DNA helix. It relieves supercoiling, the tight supercoiling. It relieves supercoiling. Topoisomerase. So remember topoisomerase. What is the role of primase?
Primase will cause the strand to be exposed.
Yes. Which strand?
Is that?
Which type of strand is synthesized? DNA strand or RNA strand?
DNA.
Not DNA. Primase synthesizes RNA strand.
Oh.
RNA strand. And then those on this RNA strand, DNA synthesis will happen. Did you get this? Primase is a primary. Primase synthesize primer. Primer is a RNA strand. Did you get that? So primer is RNA strand. Remember this. Now, after this, so primase topoisomerase. What is the role of SSB, single strand binding protein? Role of the single strand binding protein.
Yeah.
What is the role?
I don't have an idea.
As the name suggests, you can see when strands are separated. So this single strand will not be that stable. So that is why this strand, you can see this single strand binding protein will stabilize this single strand, separated single strand. So did you get that?
Yeah.
So where is the function of this ligase in DNA synthesis? Where is the function of this ligase? Tell me, where is the function of this ligase?
It creates fragments.
Where?
You join fragments like this.
Where? In which strand? Leading or lagging strand?
Oh, leading.
What is leading strand?
Leading strand is going from 3' to 5'.
So leading and lagging strand now name is given to old strand. Okay, it is name given to old strand. Leading and lagging, old strand. It is name given to old strand. Now I'll tell this. This is two old strand. You can see this is two old strand. The one strand is from 5' to 3', and you can see second strand is from 3 prime to 5 prime. So which will be leading strand or which will be lagging strand right now? If this is the start point. Among these two, which is leading strand or which is lagging strand? Only two choices. Two strands are there. This is A strand and this is B strand. Which strand is leading strand and which strand is lagging strand?
B should be leading strand. A should be
B should be leading strand.
Yeah.
Okay, great. B should be leading strand. Yes, you are right. B should be leading strand. So new strand, if it's synthesized, leading strand, the strand on which DNA synthesis is continuous. So on this strand, if you can see this, there will be primer synthesis. On this primer, there will be continuous DNA synthesis because DNA synthesis occurs from 5 to 3 prime. And there will be discontinuous DNA synthesis. So now you tell me, where is ligase required? In which strand? Leading strand or lagging strand?
Lagging strand.
That is what I told you. You told me leading strand, but leading strand has continuous DNA synthesis. From this also, its logic is very clear. Hello? So ligase is required on lagging strand. Okay? Ligase is for lagging strand. So these are the questions you can see. So you can see leading strand, lagging strand, Okazaki fragment. So to synthesize DNA between Okazaki fragments, and then to seal that Okazaki fragment, DNA ligase is required. You can see this DNA ligase here, not here. Can you see? So if you see this picture also carefully, you will understand many things. Now, so other question, you can see this is one question. This is one question from polymerase 1. You can see, so polymerase 1 synthesized on lagging strand between Okazaki fragment. This is the function, and this is, so these are very important things. I'm marking this. These are important things. So I will ask question from this. So you can see, and the polymerization speed, which of the following has this highest polymerization or processivity? So you can always see polymerase 3, not polymerase 1 and 2, which is therefore only for DNA repair. Polymerase 2 is only for DNA repair, not for DNA polymerization. Now, after this, so I will tell you, just I want you to read little bit about DNA repair. I am giving you an overview for 2 minutes. How many time is left? 2 minutes. So DNA repair mechanism. So there will be DNA damage and then repair mechanism. So repair mechanism, if you can see, I have already told you one mechanism that is called mismatch repair. Mismatch repair. Mismatch repair happens after DNA replication. Mismatch repair. So this is the mismatch repair. Then second mechanism is base excision repair. Excision repair. And in short, BER. It is called BER. And third mechanism, I'll see, this is nucleotide excision repair. Nucleotide excision repair. And fourth mechanism is double strand break repair. And fifth mechanism is also there. This is called cross-link repair. Cross-link repair. So this repair mechanism also actually give you an insight into type of damage. So mismatch repair means mismatch base pair. If added, it is called mismatch repair. So this also gives a type of damage, and that damage is base is excision. So base, if it is removed from that nucleotide, I will tell you about this defect also in that class. So go and read this, because I want to finish this full repair mechanism, DNA damage and repair in one class, so that we will finish your genetics a bit faster. And cooperate me. Okay, try to read. Go and read this. Genetics is not that easy, at least for you people, because you are a beginner. So go and read those genetics part. So these 5 type of repair are there. Go and read little bit. Don't spend too much time, just read little bit. Mismatch repair, base excision, nucleotide excision, double strand break repair, and cross-link repair. Because 5 things are there, so you will be confused in that class. So with this, so I finished today's class.